Hey folks, it's Andrew down here at C. Harper Chevy, and guess what? For 2025 on the Chevy Traverse, the high country trim level is back, and I want to show you our very first look at it. So let's not waste any more time and hop right into it. That's right, here in front of me is the all-new 2025 Chevy Traverse High Country. Now, of course, just a little bit of history. The Traverse has pretty much had the High Country trim level, at least in the last generation, for quite a few model years. However, when Chevrolet redesigned and completely updated the Traverse for 2024, it seemed to not bring the High Country level model with it. We only had the LS, the LT, the RS, and of course the Z71 trim. Now, the trim levels have changed just a little bit for 2025. We have the LT as the standard model. The LS entry level is gone. Then we have the Z71, this high country right here. And all the way up top, we have the RS trim level. So not to bore you guys with some of those facts right here, let's talk about this high country since it's back, and it's better than ever in my opinion. So if you had a Traverse or like the all new Traverse styling for 2024, but maybe miss some of the bright bits that you get on the high country, well, we finally have it again for 2025. Of course, with our all new exterior styling up front, as you can see, we do have our chrome grille right here, our chrome kind of styling features throughout as well. It looks beautiful up front there, and especially on this mosaic black example right here, it really just pops out super nicely. We do have our traditional gold Chevy emblem as well. And of course, we have our daytime running lights up here that we were used to on our 24 model, our LED with our automatic high beam headlights right down there, and then some other features as well up front. Of course, we do have our parking sensors in the front and the rear of this vehicle, our Chevy active safety assist as well. It is just a fantastic looking vehicle right here. I am just in love with this high country model. And I do want to apologize if I don't know exactly all of the facts right off the bat with this, since this model literally just came in today. It's getting sold as soon as this video is done. I wanted to show it to you real quickly. Now let's talk about the wheels. Like the RS model, you do get 22-inch wheels here on this high country model. However, instead of being all gloss black, we do kind of have a gloss black and machine finish look. Once again, adding a little bit more bright work to the Traverse here, which is super nice. Same story goes as we come along to the side here. As you can see, we have this nice bright work chrome trim running across the top of the vehicle here on the top of the doors, and it looks very nice. Something that would be gloss black in the RS trim level previously. We also do have, of course, our chrome Traverse emblem on both the driver and the passenger front door, and also we do have these cargo bars up here, once again, not completely gloss black. They would be in the RS. You do have some of that bright work as well. One other change as we come around to the rear of this Chevy Traverse High Country for 2025 is our different tail lights. As you can see, these, instead of being red like they are on the other models, they kind of have a clear exterior appearance. Of course, they still are red when you're hitting the brakes, of course, but they are smoked out. Nah, that's not the right word. They're just clear tail lights, which really adds probably the most distinctive look that you get on this high country versus any of the other Traverse models for 2025. Of course, around back too, we do have our high country badge on the right hand side. Really, that is the only high country badge that you'll see on this vehicle. If you remember previous models, whether it's even the Traverse or some of the other trucks, Tahoes and so forth, they put high country badges everywhere. However, on the Traverse, it's a little more subdued and only on the right rear of the liftgate. Of course, we do have our quad-tipped exhaust, which looks super aggressive and awesome for a family-friendly SUV. It's quite funny to see those, but I enjoy it. Finally, we'll take one more walk around. I'm sorry the sun is a little bit overbearing today, but I just wanted to get this first look out so you guys could all see the exciting new high country trim level back for 2025. Now, as we walk up to the vehicle to show you the interior here, of course, we do have some more bright work along the trim of the door handles here, which would be gloss black in some of the other models. And we do have our automatic keyless entry lock and unlock on all four door handles, which is super convenient to use. Let's pop open the interior here and show you the beautiful interior you get with this high country trim level. Now, we do have some different seating material here. This is our leather trim seat, of course, with our heated and ventilated seats, but our colors you do have available in the High Country are this jet black with our bronze look, so you can kind of see that. This beautiful piping here. It almost has a little bit of a bronze look in the perforation. No High Country badge, as I was discussing earlier, in the headrest like previous models had, but I think that's all right. We don't need it to completely in our face. So yeah, just a great look at these seats here. Super comfortable, nice real leather, none of that synthetic material, very high quality. Of course, we do have our power driver seat and our passenger seat as well. And then looking at our door materials here, all soft touch material throughout, except for this lower trim portion here. That's okay. You're going to be kicking that and getting dirt on that anyways. Doesn't need to be super soft touch. Now, looking at some of the interior trim, it is interesting on this High Country. We kind of have this carbon fiber look on here instead of a wood grain material, which I would have suspected a High Country would have. But still looks very good either way. And as we take a seat in the 2025 Chevy Traverse High Country, wow, this interior, once again, like the 24 models, super impressive, super comfortable, and of course, super versatile as well. Now, one difference you will note on this higher level High Country versus, say, the RS model is instead of a flat bottom steering wheel that you would get on the RS, this High Country model is nice and completely round. Of course, could be user preference on which you might prefer. They're both still very nice steering wheels, heated, of course. And as you can see here, we do have our Super Cruise on this model. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see this as an option or on the window sticker at all for this vehicle. So I'm not sure if it comes standard or if it's maybe this is just one of the early models. They threw it in. Do a little more research and put that up on the screen if I can find that out. Now, of course, looking at the rest of the interior here on the High Country, well, it's almost fully loaded here. So, of course, we do have our standard beautiful 17.7-inch infotainment display, our 11-inch driver's information display here, which you can change around some of the views, get our Google-based infotainment navigation in there, some of our safety controls, of course, a calmer screen right here, and that screen right here, which kind of shows you a little bit of everything. Very nice feature to have on here. And then, of course, looking at the 17.7-inch infotainment system, super impressive on this model. You do have our built-in Google system with here. So you do have our maps and other functionality here. What's really nice, and one of my favorite features, which you might have already seen, perhaps not, with this Google-based infotainment, is how easy it is to navigate while you have your hands on the wheel. You don't have to worry about reaching, touching, or any of the like. So you can just say, hey, Google, navigate me to downtown Pittsburgh.
Okay, downtown. Here we go.
And as you can see, just like that, it's routing our system. We're good to go, ready to drive, maybe have a nice little evening downtown, as the Pittsburghers will call it. I shouldn't make fun of them. I am one, but here we are. Now, there's also some other functionality in there as well with this Google-based infotainment system. So it's not just navigation, but as you can see here down below, we do have, of course, our three-way heated and ventilated seats on the Traverse High Country, and I can activate them with just talking to my car. Hey, Google, turn on my driver's heated seat.
Okay, turning on the seat heater for the driver.
Look at that. Didn't even have to touch anything. Hands on the wheel, being safe. Super nice. So, of course, just a great infotainment system. If anyone wants a little more information about this system, let me know. I can do a little more in-depth video on this system. And one more thing to note on this infotainment system, so there's no confusion, on Chevy's electric vehicles for the New Year's, there is not any Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. However, we do have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto available on this infotainment system as well, so there's no need to worry about that. You do also have Sirius XM standard in here, and this High Country model does come with our Bose audio system as well. Now, of course, as we were talking about earlier, heated steering wheel, heated seats, ventilated seats. We do have tri-zone climate control with this model. We have our HVAC controls up front right here. Nice physical knobs, super easy to use. You can change the fan speed or just keep it on auto if you would like. And if you do go into our climate control system in here, you can toggle between the front and the tri-zone rear on this model as well if you want to control your heating and their fan level as well, or leave it on auto, of course. All right, and beneath that here on the Traverse High Country for 2025, well, we do have our wireless phone charger beneath our HVAC controls. Or if you want to put a couple phones down there, not charged, but have some storage, you can do that as well. Behind that, we have two USB outlets, a C and an A, and then, of course, a 12-volt outlet as well. We do have our cup holders with our kind of chrome bright work around here as well, and a little more storage behind that. Now taking a look at our center console here, we have a little storage tray up front, and then a pretty nice and deep cargo area in there as well. Super nice to use. And then let's talk about the rest of the interior here on this high country model. Of course, we do have a black headliner standard on all Traverses for 2024 and 2025, as you can see up here. LED interior illumination as well, and a sunglass holder, which, thank you, Chevy. You don't even get this in the Tahoe, but you do get it in the Traverse, funny enough. Now, on the RS trim level, you do have a panoramic sunroof standard on the high country, being that it is positioned a little bit lower than the RS. You do have that as an option. So as you can see, this model is not equipped with it. Finally, though, we do have our digital rear view mirror that is on this model standard for 2025. And taking a look at the middle and the third row on the 2025 Chevy Traverse High Country, well, of course, this model does come standard with our captain's chairs. There is no rear bench option on this trim level. You have really super nice, comfortable seats back here. Of course, more of that jet black leather with our bronze accenting as well. If we take a seat back here, nice and comfortable. As you can see, nice big doors back here. Some still have some of that nice soft touch materials. Do note there are no rear window shades back there. You would actually have to get into a Buick Enclave or one of the other GMC twins that you have on here if you want those features. But we do have, of course, lots of space, full, pretty much flat floor here, so it's real easy to get things in and out of. No awkward transmission humps or any of the like to get over. And then, of course, we do have our rear tri-zone climate control back here that you can change your fan speed, your temperature, and so forth, plus 3-stage heated seats for these two captain's chairs. And they make it real easy to get into the third row with this high country model for the Chevy Traverse. Simply hit that button. This will pretty much go forward automatically, and you can just easily step into the rear back here. Now, our rear seats back here, the materials are just a little bit lessened. It's kind of feels like a synthetic leather to me. Doesn't have any of the bronze look, but that's okay. These are just a little bit more of a utilitarian seat back here. We do have USB-Cs on both sides and cup holders on both sides as well. And finally, to get out of your rear third row, you can hit this button as well, just like you had on the side of the seat to easily get out. Now, taking a look at the rear cargo area of the Traverse High Country, well, as you can see, we have a nice amount of space here. We do have some floor mats shoved underneath here from the factory. Not sure why, but it would have a nice full flat floor if those weren't down there right now. And a lot of utility for our cargo room back here. And if you need more, you do have the beautiful feature of our power folding third row seat. So as you can see, just touch that and it quickly comes down and also quickly come back up. All right, finally, let's take a look at the window sticker on this Traverse. Once again, this is the first one we had delivered. Really, the only options we have in it is our interior protection package. Once again, I would have to check on that Super Cruise to see if that is a standard feature or if it's an option, because currently our only options on this vehicle are $250, bringing our sum total with destination to around $57 to $45. Alrighty, folks, so that's it. That is the first High Country Traverse for 2025. We're really excited to have it back in the model lineup. The Traverse has been stupendously popular for the 2024 model year. It's going to be 2025 as well. It's because it's a great large family SUV. Now, let me know, what do you think about the High Country trim level? Are you excited that it's back as well? Or maybe you want to see some of the other trim levels like the Premier come back as well. Drop a comment below. I'm very curious to hear, or if you have any questions too. And if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to hit like, hit subscribe, and check us out online, charperchevy.com.